make sure I record this. Okay, again, this is the poverty press conference, and pretty much it's going to be me talking about Final Round. First of all, Final Round 14 was an amazing event. We had, I believe, the end was 18K viewers. Is that right? I heard 18. I didn't actually see it. I saw 17. So yeah, 17K plus viewers, which I think was amazing. Top 16 for everything. Super hype. Ran pretty much on time. I mean, it was a little bit late. All the matches were amazing. Everything was good. So in my opinion, the event itself could not have gone better. There were issues, we had to run around. I was going nuts, but when it came down and it was time for everything to get going, it was going. So that's great, and that's awesome. I would love to talk about that particular subject more, but you guys already know the deal. You watched the stream. There were 18,000 of you, so, don't really need to talk about it. Final round was godlike, the end. We can just move on. The first subject I want to address is Saturday. And Saturday, there was a small time where the stream was hijacked by someone externally. Basically, what they did is they were able to access our stream via our stream key and broadcast their own content rather than my content. Justin TV's staff was on the ball with this. Pretty much as soon as we saw this happening, they came to me. We resolved the issue and everything was done. Not many people were able to see what happened. I don't actually know how many people saw it. And yes, it was adult content. It was porn, straight up. I'm not going to bullshit about it and say what it was. It was porn. Basically, someone was able to hijack our stream, throw some porn on there. I don't know how many people actually saw it. There's no idea to really know. I understand that it's a very small minority, but maybe that's not true. Maybe 1,000 people saw it. Maybe 5,000 people saw it. Maybe, maybe 10,000 people saw it. I'm actually not sure. But again, I want to apologize because it's my fault. I'm not completely sure how they got it, but I have a pretty good idea of how they got the stream key, and we're going to prevent that issue in the future. But yes, you're most correct. Only people that refreshed the stream at that time or just joined in were able to see it. But again, we resolved the issue as quick as we could. I apologize for it straight up. I'm very, very sorry. I mean, people are going to try to do what they can do. Everybody wants to get their name out there or do what they need to do. Salty Sweet says, hide your command when you start the stream. Actually, I use a special batch file that starts it minimized. The actual way they got the key was from a test stream from something a really, really long time ago that just happened to be saved in the archive. We're talking about something from like months and months ago. Basically what this guy probably did is he probably just sat there, went through all the videos and found it and said, okay, here we go. Again, I apologize. Not much more I can say. I'm very sorry. And that's what it comes down to. I think the event went really well regardless. I know that adult content is a problem and it's not supposed to be streamed. But again, shout out to Justin TV staff. They were completely on the ball with this. They helped me fix the problem as soon as they can. So definitely support Justin TV because they were in there with this. They just did their thing and went in. Okay, so subject number 2 is going to be some comments I made on the stream towards Level Up. I'll tell you the exact comment I said. I said, hey, my streams don't go fucking down in grand finals. Pretty much a lot of people were offended by that comment. And I got to be honest. The truth is, I was on a high. I was running around. Literally, in those 3 days, I got 1 hour of sleep. So I was working, how many hours is that? 70-some hours straight. And what it comes down to is that's just how it is. When you're working 70 hours in a row, and you're blowing it up and you're doing what you gotta do, sometimes things come out that shouldn't necessarily come out, or you say something that you really should not say. And in that case, I think that's something that I shouldn't have said. And it's not that I'm trying to hide things or I'm not trying to be real or something like that, but there's not even a real reason for me to be that offensive towards someone. The truth is, I don't really know Alex Valle that well. I mean, Arturo knows him. They've chilled all the time. They're cool with each other. But maybe I've spoken 2 words to him, and we've been at the same events before. It's just how it is. And so I want to just straight up apologize to him and just be like, hey, I'm sorry I said what I said. And, they did say some things back. And I went back and I looked at what they said. And the truth is, I have no problem with anything they said. Everything they said is pretty much the truth. You can say, hey, you know what? Spooky's really not that professional. That's 100% true. I'm really not that professional. I got to be 100% real. I mean, this is something that's new to everybody in the scene. You know what I mean? It's not like it's something that has been pre-established and everybody's together. Basically, we're creating this from scratch as a group. me and the events. And so, there are some lines that are going to be crossed while we're figuring out how things work. There are, some things that we're going to mess up on and make mistakes on. But for the most part, I'm trying to correct things as best as I can. I also want to make a direct apology to AJ. Hey, listen, the same way I'm busting my ass, AJ, Shinjin, and the other guys, they're busting their ass for the Level Up stream and trying to do their thing. They're more on the professional side, which is cool. I respect that. You know what I mean? I'm more on the poverty side. We do what we do, and we do it a certain way. Yes, there is an 18 plus button on the channel when you enter, and that's there for a reason. It does warn you that there will be some mature content on the stream, and that's just how it happens. So you can turn around and you can say, well, hey, we don't really like that these guys curse all the time and they make all these offensive remarks. That's why that warning is there, to let you know that sometimes these things will happen and they'll be on there. So again, I did say some harsh words about their company. I'm sorry that I said what I said. If you go back and you look at some old videos of like me talking to Gutex, you'll see that Level Up originally was an inspiration with me. They're the ones that gave me the idea to say, oh, hey, cool, they're doing this on the West Coast. Let me see if I can do the same thing on the East Coast. And that's how it comes down to. We do some high quality shit. They do some high quality shit. In the future, if they want to work together with me and they're okay with accepting this apology, then cool. If they say, you know what, Spooky's a fucking douchebag for saying that shit, I never want to fucking work with him, that's cool too. I completely understand. All right. So pretty much we're going to move on from that. The next thing I'm going to say is I want to apologize directly to Keats. I know that some people mentioned in the stream chat, and this really wasn't supposed to get out, and I did let it get out, that I asked Keats not to do commentary on Sunday. This is more a private thing between me and him, so I really don't want to talk about it too much. But again, Keats is a very nice guy. He is a personal friend. He stayed at my house multiple times. He's chilled with me and all that stuff. And the truth is, he did a ton of commentary for me on Saturday. And, to be honest, I thought his commentary for the most part was going well. But again, because of reasons that I don't want to reveal here, I'd rather reveal them privately. I'm going to say, again, I asked Keats on Sunday not to commentate. I'm very sorry. I want to talk with him more so that we can work in the future and get it so that Keats' commentary will be something that you enjoy and not something you dislike. So that is something we're going to work on. All right. So next we're going to talk about the big thing, which is Evolution 2011. As you guys know, I did make some comments on the stream, and I said, hey, I'm interested in streaming EVO 2011. I don't want to say anything that I shouldn't say too much, so I'll just say that Mr. Wizard did respond to what I said in some form. I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say, so I'm not going to say what he responded with. I'll just say that the response was negative. I just like to respond generally to what he said and say that I understand that Evolution is an organization with its own internal decisions. They're a company. I'm not trying to brute force my way into Evo and just be like, well, you guys got to make me stream it or you're going to be fucking terrible. Basically, maybe they already have signed a contract and they have a stream team. Maybe, they signed a contract with Level Up already and there's some kind of NDA involved and they can't say anything. That's cool. Maybe they're getting some fucking multi-million-dollar production company that's 20 times better than me or Level Up. That's totally cool too. Basically, all I want to say is that, how can I word this? Basically, all I want to say is that if the stream team is not decided, I want to be able to lobby for it. There's also another concern that Spooky typically works by himself. That's true. A lot of the time I do the stream by myself. I do have people that love to help me out, and that's cool. If I was to stream Evo, or if I was to lobby to stream Evo, it would not be just me. It would be me as well as iPlayWinner, which means me as well as Haunt's entire team. And if you guys know, Haunts has a ton of people pretty much at his disposal ready to work. And basically the way we're going to work this thing out is, guess what? They're going to be at my disposal as well. So it's going to be me and Haunts running it together. So it's not going to be something that I'm going to do individually and just think I'm that guy. Like, I'm so super nice that I can do Evo myself. That's not how it's going to work. It's going to be me and Haunts together. So that's pretty much how it would work if I was to stream Evo. So, and again, trying to think of what else I can say here. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to keep it real. That's pretty much the deal. So you guys know that's my opinion on Evo, what I want to do with Evo, and how it should work. And that's pretty much the thing. I'd also like to touch on a ton of people in the community started speaking with me at Final Round. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say names at this time, so I'm just going to... For those that don't know who Mr. Wizard is the person who runs Evolution. That Mr. Wizard is the guy who runs Evo. a ton of people in the community have spoken with me. I'm not going to say particular names. I just want to say at this time, some of you guys are on the stream right now, and I've called you, or I've been contacting you, or I've been, hitting you up and saying, hey, we're trying to get into some things. I don't really want to say what's in the works yet, except to say that we're trying to put a community-run thing together. Unfortunately, I really can't say a lot about what we're trying to do because this is an idea that actually could be stolen from us. And if this idea was stolen from us, it would be really bad. So I can't really touch on it except to say that if you enjoy that our events are community run and that we don't necessarily go completely professional with who is on the microphone. We try to rotate and have various players there and have various things going on. If you enjoy those things on our stream, we're setting things up to continue doing that at a much, much higher level. That's all I can say at this time about that. All right. At this time, we're going to take a question and answer session. A lot of things I cannot comment on, so if you don't see, if I don't answer your question or if I seem to ignore your question, it's either A, because I don't think it's a relevant question, or B, because I can't comment on it. So go ahead and throw some questions for me in the stream chat. I'll look at them and I'll try to answer as many as I can. Yep, I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up so that I can hear what you guys are saying. Blinder says, Spooky, you need to get a haircut. Yes, I know, I do. I've just been tired. Evil Toaster Off P says, what can we do to help you get you to stream Evil? I think at this time, the response is sufficient. They know that I want to stream Evo. I don't think you guys need to do anything more. You guys have pretty much voiced your opinion and said, hey, Spooky's godlike, we want him to stream Evo. The word's pretty much out there. You guys have done pretty much what I've asked you to do already, so I don't think there's much more you can do. Nagu asks, Spooky, what is your next tourney? I believe the next tourney is ECT. I'm not completely sure. We have to work on that. Giuna asks, if the Evo stream doesn't happen, are you planning on doing a salty suite of some kind again? Yes, absolutely. As long as there's nothing illegal about doing it and, Evo doesn't say, hey, we're not allowing hotel room streams or something crazy like that because of some law or some issue with sponsors, yes, I'll be doing some kind of hotel room stream. M40 Assassin asks, are you going to be streaming CEO 2011 in Florida? Yes, at this time, I'm scheduled to do CEO 2011. Oriole the Wolf says, Spooky, do commentators have to be big names on the community or can they be anyone? At this time, I pretty much want to work with people I am familiar with, and it's not that I'm trying to blow the community up. It's just for us to make this work, we need people that you guys are familiar with. I know you guys want to see Yipes. I know you guys want to see Marn. Even though he says dumb stuff, guess what? If Marn never shows up on the stream and you never see him on the face in the camera, he's a personality. He's someone that should be there. Ultra David, amazing commentary all weekend. Mark Man, Filthy Rich. These are all guys that are community based. And while some people say, I don't like when this person gets on the mic, or I don't like when this happens with this person or whatever, I let these guys on the mic because these guys are the community, and again, this is all community run. So these are people that you need to hear from, whether you like what they're saying or you don't like what they're saying. You know what I mean? You do still need to hear from them, and that's why they're allowed on the mic. All right, let's see some other questions. That random gamer guy asks, how does the money donated to Team Spooky make for a better stream? Without going into too much details, I'll say the primary thing that the money goes towards is equipment. A lot of the time, equipment fails, equipment gets lost or damaged during traveling to the events. The second thing the money goes towards is upgrades. For example, we just had a huge upgrade recently where I bought a $1,000 brand new laptop and I bought a $750 express board converter that allows me to convert PCI cards into express card format. That's just an example of some of the things that we bought. There's more stuff I don't want to throw out there too. So the primary thing donations go towards is equipment. The second thing donations goes towards is travel fees. And to be honest, sometimes I do spend it on things like, hey, I'm at an event, I'm busting my ass, I need to eat food. Okay, here we go. Here's a 20. I'm going to eat with it. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. Sometimes it goes towards some investments that I can't necessarily speak about except to say that by investing this money in this method, I know that eventually I'll be able to become self-sufficient and not run with donations anymore. So that's to give you a general idea of where the money goes, just so you guys understand it. Let's see. Anything else? Would you let Adam Sessler commentate on your stream? Perhaps as a troll, we let him commentate one match. Why not? Sure, he'd come to me and be like, "Hey, we got Adam Sessler here," and I'm like, "Why not?" HoboFed asks, who is the Stream Canada Cup? That event is next weekend. Those guys actually contacted me and asked me to stream. I'm going to work with them and see if I can make it there on time, but there's a possibility that I don't have enough time to do it. I do want to help them. It's just a matter of they contacted me pretty much last minute, and it doesn't really give me enough time to set it up. All right, give me a second to scroll through here and see if I can answer some more of these questions. Shining Negro says, isn't there a lot of games going on at the same time at EVO? Do you think there should be multiple streams going like final round? Sure, I think that's a great idea. Maybe EVO will have Level Up stream Street Fighter and Team Spooky XI play winner stream Marvel or the other order or whatever. That would be a great idea. Sure, it's really up to EVO. Again, they're a business. They make their own internal decisions. I can throw ideas at them if they're willing to talk to me, but at the end of the day, it's up to them. Whatever they think is going to be the best for their event and make people want to watch it and, you know, keep things going for them is what they're going to do. And that's their business, to be honest. That's not my business. My business is just, hey, I want to do the stream. Can I do it? You know, that's pretty much it. Let's see. Any other questions I can answer? Mr. Quotes asks, Spooky, are you guys going to give a shot at playing MK9 in a stream? I can't completely comment except to say that if you want to see some MK9 stuff, keep watching because we have something super, super godlike in plan for MK9. Super, super godlike. And it's pretty much 99% guaranteed at this point. I just can't say because I'm still under a NDA. I haven't actually signed anything. There's no paperwork, but the people that are asking me to do this have asked me not to say anything at this time. Tricep 007 asks, are you going to play Marvel at CEO? Most likely not. Again, there's no contract. There's no. It's nothing like that. It's not as big as you're making it sound. It's not something that I'm gonna make a ton of money on or anything like that. It's just a cool event. Team Chaos asks, Spooky, if someone helps you out with streaming, would you play Marvel at CEO? Possibly. If I could get a couple of people that I could really trust, that there is a trust issue involved. Keep in mind that I started this by myself. So although I understand that there are other community streamers, it's difficult for me to trust them with the stream because the biggest thing that people like about Team Spooky is stream stability. Hey, you know, usually we're on point. Sometimes I make a mistake and the names are the wrong way. I try to swap them as quick as I can. Sometimes I don't update the scores on time. I try to update them as quick as I can. I feel that overall I do a very, very good job, but I'm also very, very protective of what I do. And because of that, it makes it difficult for me to say, hey, you know, let this guy sit here for a few minutes while I do a couple of other things. I'd rather say, okay, you know what, I'm not going to play, I'm going to run the stream. Rough 0123 asks, why don't Min, Nerd Josh, and Arturo help me streaming? Typically what happens is they are also playing in games. So sometimes there is an opportunity where they can assist me and I'll say, hey, where's Min? Get him over here. I need him to help me. And then, you know, Josh will come to me and say, Min's playing a match right now. Oh, well, that means I can't get up because Min's currently busy. And that's just what happens. Keep in mind, these events have to run as quickly as possible because if you go too much into overtime, you get kicked out of the hotel and grand finals end up happening in like a hotel room or something. You don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see that happen. So that's just how it is. Metallic Mike asks, are you going to be featured in JTV's future esports site? I'm actually not familiar with that. I will say that I am working together with JTV to make some cool things happen. M40 Assassin asks, why didn't you run the You Are All Free Now clip at the end of final round? I actually was going to run it, however, we got kicked out of the hotel, so I had to cut off the stream immediately. So that's why I didn't run the clip at the end. D1MX has, hey Spooky, do you and Seb race each other to see who'll stream an event first, or do you guys discuss who's going to stream one? I will say that Seb has tried to contact me directly, but because I've been so busy, I haven't talked to him back. I don't know if Seb's in the stream right now. Maybe he is, but I actually am going to talk to him, and I'm going to bring him here to the Team Spooky house, and we're going to have a sit down and a big conversation. That's going to happen very, very soon. I am actually looking to work together with Seb. I'll throw it out there. Maybe he's watching, maybe he's not watching. The way I'd like things to work is I'd like to make it where rather than FADC streaming, it'll be me streaming. However, we can have Seb come work on the mic for us. That's essentially what I'd like to have happen. And then he can still promote his FADC thing here. Follow FADC on Twitter, follow me. I'm Seb. It's cool. I would love to just have him come and commentate on the stream. That's pretty much what I'm going to try to throw out there. I'm going to ask Seb, hey, do you want to come commentate on some of my stuff? If he's down with it, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, please follow Ultra David on Twitter, by the way. He's godlike. He helped us out a lot this weekend, so please follow him. Danka asks, do you plan to stream for the new Chinatown Fair whenever it gets off the ground officially? Yes. If you guys remember, I had a desktop stream setup that I used to bring to events, and I changed to a laptop setup. That desktop setup is going to be placed inside Chinatown Fair and left sitting there. Primarily, I'm going to be using it, but also I'm going to instruct some other people on how to use the setup so that even when I'm not there, let's say Seb is going to show up for an event, I'll call up Seb and I'll be like, hey, Seb, turn on the computer, press this button, and, just commentate on the mic. So, we're trying to work things out in a good way. Again, I know I've been very protective of what I've been doing, but at this point, I'm planning to make things work together. The first part of that was Team Spooky XI play a winner. And everybody said, hey, this is cool. This is really godlike, but I don't completely understand what's happening. The truth is, me and Haunts didn't completely understand what's happening either. Nobody really knows what's up. It's exploding. It's humongous, but nobody really knows the full deal yet. So again, I'm trying to work together with as many people as possible. So if people come to me and they say, hey, Spooky, I want to work something out, assuming things work the way I want them to work, and I feel comfortable with their end of it, we're going to work together. Mr. Quotes asks, are you going to make a separate stream account for CF or is it going to stay singular? Undecided at this time. Cannot comment. Suaz.75 asks, what's your opinion of MLG? The more events, the better. You know what? I know some people may have issues on how MLG runs events. Who cares? The more tournaments there are, the better. More tournaments. More. You give me so many that not even I can stream them all. Make it so that there's so many that you're going to have shit like Haunts, Level Up, I Play Winner, and 5 other guys streaming every other day. Who cares? More events. Keep them coming. More. Danka asks, do you have an official YouTube channel? The official YouTube channel is youtube.com/teamspooky. Check it out. Please add us there, by the way. Thray asks, what do you think about the line between professionalism and justice being a hobby? The best example of this is Wolfcrone. The thing is, nobody really knows the answer to this. I'm probably the first person that's literally quit their job to do this. And you know what? If you guys know Fubar Duck from Arcade UFO, he quit his job just to run his arcade. I don't know if you guys actually know that. He said, you know what? I'm quitting. Fuck it. I'm just going to run Arcade UFO. Does he know if he's actually going to make money on that? Who knows? Do I know if I'm actually going to make money doing this? I actually don't know. I have some cool things in the work. Maybe they'll backfire. Maybe Capcom will come to me and say, you know what, Spooky? We don't like what you're doing. We don't want you to stream Capcom games anymore. I can't stream Capcom. Who knows? Nobody really knows what is going to happen. I'm just going to make my best effort to try to make things work. And if it works out, cool. If it doesn't work out, I mean, I guess back to a fucking shitty 9 to 5. I don't want to do that, but that's how it happens. Asian Harry asks, Spooky, do you think competitive fighting games will or should be on TV? This is a valid question. I think possibly. However, I think streams are the big thing because guess what? Stream monsters, we call them that for a reason. The new age isn't television anymore, man. Nobody fucking gives a fuck about TV. The new age is the internet. So why should you have to freaking go over there and sit on your TV? You're sitting there on your computer 20 hours out of 24 a day. So streams are the big thing. That's where you should watch it. That's my opinion. Oriole the Wolf asks, do you generally travel attorneys by land or air? Actually, I've tried to minimize my stream setup to prevent an issue because, the blow-up's been coming. There's a time where maybe one day I'll get to an event and something, it will get fucked up. What we're doing to prevent that is I'm going to start traveling to the major events earlier. So for example, if there's a stream on a weekend, the deal that I'll promote with them is they have to bring me in that Monday. So let's say I get in on Monday and there's an issue. Cool. I can, get something shipped to the hotel. Hey, I need a new part. Okay. Amazon.com, click buy, send it to me straight at the hotel, go to the front desk, pick it up. We're good to go. So that's how I'm going to prevent having those sorts of issues when traveling to a venue in the future. I'm going to get there a week early. If I have any problems with any gear, I'll just order what I need. Evil Toaster Off P says, what is the status of Guard Crush? My plan, and this is not completely figured out, the new plan is to run Guard Crush at the new Chinatown Fair venue. So yeah, if you want to see Guard Crush come back, I'm trying to make it happen at the Chinatown Fair venue. I'm pretty sure Henry Sen's down. If Seb wants to get involved, I'm sure he'll be down. If Triforce wants to start coming again and bringing everybody there, I'm down, whatever. That's currently my plan. Will it happen? I'm not 100% sure. But the current plan is to make Guard Crush come back at the new CF. Metallic Mike's asks, would you do Guard Crush on A? Yes. And Guman says, Spooky, any sponsors for you yet? No, not at this time. No sponsors yet. So we're not sponsored at this time. We are not sponsored by anyone. We do have a deal with Brokens here. That's it. Other than that, we're not sponsored by anyone. Sorry, I'm just looking through the stream chat to see if there's any other questions here. I'll comment on this. DSP said Spooky traveled by Greyhound. That's actually not true. That might have been a miscommunication when we were talking. Arturo, Nerd Josh, and Min traveled. I traveled via flight, so I flew over. D Ape Escape asks, should you get? I'm actually gonna comment on this. This is an important question. D Ape Escape asks, should you get sponsored? Well, you have to be PG-13. Again, the reason why when you come into the stream there is an 18+ button is because typically our streams are mature content. However, if we go to a particular event that has a sponsor that has a problem with it, then I'm okay with saying, okay, this particular stream is PG-13. However, most of the people I typically work with are going to be okay with 18+ content. So again, even if we are sponsored, we're going to keep a lot of 18+ content going. The only things we're going to clean up are things involving big money, huge Among Us events where everything has to be clean. How can Yice be PG? Listen, this is one thing you have to understand about these people in the community. We're not kids anymore. We're not 16, 15, 17 years old. We can clean up. If we go to an event and it's like, listen, the rule is you cannot curse on the stream, they're going to follow it. The reason why they are this way is because these events get crazy. If you remember, Ultra David was cursing at the stream. And you know, Ultra David's a completely professional person. Mark, man, works for Mad Cats. He was cursing during Tekken. So was Filthy Rich. Who cares? Who gives a shit? We're all grown people, man. What the fuck are you so scared of? Huffcast says incorporate a bleep button. That is actually a pretty funny idea. Actually, I like that idea. I gotta say, I respect that idea. Incorporate a bleep button for certain types of events. I actually respect that. Unfortunately, it'd be pretty difficult to work out the 5-second delay going or whatever, but that's not a bad idea, I gotta say. Am I gonna be able to do it? Maybe not, because typically I like to work with minimal equipment. That's kind of my rule. It's like adding too much to the setup adds things that can fail. I want to have as few points of failures as possible. So probably not something that I would do, but sure, maybe if I could do it easily without having to add stuff, why not? Unnecessary censorship, Teen Spooky Edition. That sounds pretty funny, actually. Danica says, how come people keep turning off your PS3s? Actually, I'm going to comment on this because this is very important. Keep in mind that while I've been in the scene for a long time, the event organizers are new to having me at their events. So, for example, Shin Blanca, when he had me come over, I don't think he knew actually what I could do. He was just like, well, Spooky runs a stream. He's pretty smart. We're going to bring him over. I don't think he knew that I could promote his event and make it one of the largest events ever run in the fighting game scene. He didn't really know that. He was just like, well, this Spooky dude's got, like, maybe he can make something happen. The truth is, behind the scenes, I don't just run the stream. If you were there at Final Round, you know that I was helping people organize tables. I was giving people placement. I gave him advice on how to utilize his staff in the best possible manner. I shut him down on a few things too. I was like, listen, this thing going on here can't happen. That thing going on here can't happen. This thing going on here can't happen. And that's just how I work. And because although I'm not a completely organized person, I do have a vision of how things should go. And because of that vision, people understand and they listen and they respect. And I respect that too. You know, the community in general, Combo Fiend. You know, I've never really talked to Combo Fiend before Fine Around. I've seen him around like, hey, Peter, what's up? But we never really talked a lot. At Fine Around, you know, we sat there and we were cracking up like we were cool people because that's the scene. That's how it works. Even though half these guys have never really talked to me face to face, they already know that I'm with them, just like they're with me. You know what I mean? They're always happy when they're on the stream. They're like, Spooky, your stream's godlike. I'm so happy that I got played matches on it. You know, I told Fighting GM, you gotta do good at this event, baby, because you're gonna be on the stream and there's thousands and thousands of viewers on there. He won the whole fucking tournament. I told Yipes the same things at at Seasons meetings. I told Yipes, listen, Yipes, I'm working really hard to stream Marvel 2 in the best possible manner. So, you know, please, you know, do really well at the tournament. He won the whole fucking thing. I was sitting there crying at the desk like nobody saw it. Tears were just pouring down because Yipes was just blowing up Chris Schmidt. He just fucking destroyed him. Complete rape. So, yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. Ugmo asks, do you guys stream poverty games anymore? Yes, if you remember, we actually streamed Milk Tea at Fine Around. It was very early in the morning, but there you go. Get Salty says, aren't streams basically at the mercy of the hotel internet connection? How do you guarantee a good and constant connection? That's my specialty. If you guys remember, at the Salty Suite, the stream quality wasn't that great, but the stream frame rate was amazing, and you were able to see everything that was going on. If you guys don't know, I ran that stream on a 250K connection Wi-Fi. It was complete fucking garbage. And guess what? We had an amazing event. Salty Suite, 6,000 viewers. Daigo versus Arturo. That's my specialty. That's what I'm good at. GPLA asks, will you bring back green screen? I'm planning on it, but I'm not sure what events are good to use it at. Oreo the Wolf asks, on a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointing was it when the Super Turbo rig cracked out? 10. That was a 10. I finally had Super Turbo on the stream and it died. That was a 10 for sure. I was super disappointed about that. I'm sorry. We tried to make it happen because you rarely see Super Turbo on streams anymore. ST's the original game, baby. Why wouldn't you want to see that on the stream? But it's so difficult to make it work. Nobody's made a fucking proper console port. All the ports fucking suck. HDR sucks. I mean, it's a good game, but it's not ST. So it's like, okay, I can stream HDR also, and I'm cool with that. But I still want to stream ST. So, yeah, I mean, I was super disappointed about that. I wanted to make it happen, but it couldn't happen. I'm sorry about that, guys. Danka asks a legitimate question. What gets you the most stressed during an event versus what is the most rewarding? The most stressful thing about it, to be honest, is when basically, you know, we'll talk about this. When I'm working with new staff, sometimes I try to tell them, hey, listen, I need you to do this. The biggest issue is, you know, and this is kind of harsh, is that because I have a lot of experience at events already, when I'm telling someone, hey, I need you to do this, it's because I'm trying to prevent an issue. I'm trying to prevent a problem with the brackets. I'm trying to make sure things run on time. I'm trying to prevent a problem with the stream setup and make sure that, you know, everything goes out. And, you know, if they question that and they ask, well, Spooky, why are you doing it that way? Or I don't understand, it just wastes time. If I say, hey, baby, I need you to do this right now, you know, I need people to get on it. And that's the toughest thing. What's the most rewarding? Chilling in the stream chat with you guys and asking, hey guys, how's the stream? Do you like it? That's the most rewarding part of the experience. It's not about money. It's about, I want to bring you the community. And Guman asks, Spooky, will you stream old Zelda or game shows again? Justin TV has asked me to not stream that type of content anymore. At this point, unless some sort of deal can be worked out, I can't do it anymore. I will do poverty movie nights using some what do you call it, public domain movies and stuff like that. But copyrighted material, we're gonna start moving away from it. Okay, this is a valid question. Nushi1 asks, you've gone on at length about who you'd like to or wouldn't mind working with. Who don't you want to work with? There's no one I don't want to work with. As long as we can come to a decision that I feel is cool, I'll work with everyone. If we can make fucking the biggest fucking thing ever and it becomes Team Spooky X I Play Winner X Event Hubs X Sure You Can X Level Up and everybody can be one giant entity, I'm down with that. 100% down. XG4, sure, why not? Put G4. Everybody, put them all together. Make it a giant production company. Who cares? Make it so humongous that we'll have like software, and I can press a button and say, hey, we're streamers live, and we'll get 100,000 people. Who cares? Just make it humongous. X Charlie Sheen, sure, why not? The Nipper asks, Spooky, what was the reason why you moved back to Justin TV? Justin TV contacted me directly and asked me to come. Basically at this time, I'll just say I had a good reason to come back to Justin TV, and I'll try to work with it. Dom Mafia says, Spooky, why is Justin TV splitting up the chats? This is actually a valid discussion. One of the issues with having 10,000 people on a stream is, you can't have a 10,000 person chat room. It doesn't work. You can't do it. It's impossible. Even if you put on slow-mo, who cares? Whoosh, comments. You know what I mean? It doesn't work. So I kind of agree with Justin TV's decision that, the room should be split up. The issue is I'm only human. I can't moderate 5 chat rooms and run the stream and, do this and do that. It's really tough. So we're gonna work on it and figure out the best way to make the chat work. But you know what I mean? It can't be done right now. At this point, it's like once everything gets too huge, it's like can't handle it. Ant-Man asked, Spooky, what was the most views you ever had at one time? Final round, free. Final round was the most. Chibi asks, hey, what's up, Chibi, by the way? Shout out to Master Chibi. Back when you were just streaming multi for fun, did you see yourself doing all of this? Not all of this. I did have a vision of what I wanted to do, and I want to create something entertaining. That's all I want. I want to create something that I want to watch. I want to go back and look at it and say, damn, that was godlike. That was mad cool. You know what I mean? Just like you guys are stream monsters and you saying everything's cool. That's why I make the streams the way I make them, because I want to make something that you guys want to watch. That's what it comes down to. I'm not doing this because I want to make a lot of money. If I can make a lot of money doing it, cool, because then I won't have to ask you guys for donations anymore. I'll make it completely free. Here you go. Free event. If you like it and you want to support, buy some stuff on Madcast. It goes to me. Cool. Awesome. That's how I want to do it. I don't want to keep asking the community for money. That's dumb. Why should I have to beg you guys for money all the time? You know what I mean? I should be making the money myself. But until that gets worked out, I need your help. So if you like what we're doing, when I ask you for donations, it's not because I'm being greedy or selfish or because I'm putting the money back into my pocket. The money goes back into making the events for you guys. You know what I mean? The little bit extra that there is just to keep me afloat long enough that it doesn't die out. Team Chaos asks, Spooky, do you think there are times when politics prevent scene unity? I'm not going to say the whole thing. I think, honestly, a lot of the scene unity issues are miscommunications. For example, I had a miscommunication this weekend with Level Up because of me talking shit, and I just said, hey, listen, my streams don't go down during Evo. I mean, technically, that wasn't really a miscommunication. That was just me saying something, you know what I mean? And again, I was tired and I was stressed. Sometimes people aren't open and they don't want to throw it out there. They just, I get stubborn too. That's the biggest complaint about the people I work with. Min, Nerd, Josh, Artur, all the time. They tell me, Spooky, you're a fucking stubborn asshole sometimes. And the truth is, yes, sometimes I can get pretty stubborn because we're fighting game players. That's how we are. We're stubborn motherfuckers. That's why you have Combo Fiend, playing against Marn, and with one pixel with Spencer, he takes out 3 characters and wins. Because he's a stubborn motherfucker. He doesn't want to lose. Fuck that. Why would he want to lose? It's the same way. Obviously, at this time, until something happens, Level Up is my competitor. So, of course, I'm going to be stubborn and say, of course, I want to beat them. That doesn't mean that I hate them or I dislike them or anything like that. But, of course, because Level Up does the same thing I do, I want to be better than they are. All right, guys. Listen, at this time, I know there's a lot of questions, but we've been running this pretty much for 40 minutes at this time, and I'm really, really super tired. I want to thank you all for coming and tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I know there's a lot of questions that I didn't really answer, but you have to keep in mind that I'm running like 90 hours with no sleep right now. Really the main goal of this was just to apologize to Valle, because I don't really know Valle that well, and I just said some shit, and Valle I could understand. He was mad. He came back. He was like, Spooky, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you say this shit about us? And I understand that. You know what I mean? I respect that. That's cool. So this is the main reason I did this, is because I want to, I wanted to apologize to him. This is the main reason I did it. I did want to comment on all the other stuff as well. You know what I mean? And just say, hey, this is this, that is that, that is that. But this is the main purpose of this. Is pretty much just say, hey, sorry, Vi, I said some shit. I really shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? I was just fucking busy and stuff was going on. And that's pretty much the main goal of this. All right, guys, so that's it. I'm going to close it out. Again, thank you very, very much for watching. I love all you guys. Thanks a lot. Let's work together. If you're in the scene and you're running events, get at me. You know what I mean? Let's get some stuff going. By the way, we got some hot shit coming up in Cali soon. I don't have all the details yet, but I'm going to let you know. As soon as we know all the details, I'll throw it out there. But yeah, we're going to be doing some shit in Cali. It's going to be me and Horns together. So I'll let you know what's up. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. Thank you very much. Love you guys.